Belgium is located in northern Europe. It has 4 border countries all around the sides of Belgium. Those are Germany, France, Luxembourg, and the Netherlands. The majority of Belgium is Roman Catholic, around 75% of the population, and their currency is, like much of Europe, the euro. The population of Belgium is 11,323,973, which is pretty small for a country. It also has 2 systems of government, a democracy and a monarchy, which are led by a prime minister named Charles Michel and a king named Philippe. There's also a military in Belgium, which is voluntary. It's split into 3 branches: air, land, and sea, the naval part of the military.
In Belgium has some similarities and differences compared to the English language. Belgians speak French, Dutch, and German. Flemish is used by more than 60%, Wallon is used by 33%, German is used by 1%, Luxembourgish is used by 0.5%, and non-native languages spoken are 10%. Like the US, we have a melting pot of cultures and languages. Depending on the area, one might speak a different language. There are 3 territorial sections: the Flemish region, the Brussels capital region, the Walloon region. Belgians are excellent linguists, and many are sufficiently fluent to conduct meetings in English. They prefer communication to be logical and based on reason. Belgians often engage in long, critical discussions before reaching a decision so that they can be certain that they have considered all the alternatives. Appearances do matter. Cleanliness is a matter of national pride, dress well, and are concerned with the impression that they make on others. A brief handshake is a common formality for greetings for people who don't know each other. Kisses on the cheek may replace the handshake after they know each other. Belgians are serious about prior commitments, which makes it hard for internationals to see them. They enjoy their comfort zone and stay in the same village that their family does. They are sometimes hard to read. Some are soft-spoken, cold and distant, and yet have enough passion for an occasional rant. They don't always show a lot of emotion to what Americans could be more used to, so it might be difficult to read them. Based on what was previously discussed, I'd like to say that Belgians would be accepted pretty well in American society. The only thing that I could think of that might pose a little bit of conflict is with the nonverbal and verbal communication barrier. Otherwise, they'd most likely be welcomed into our diverse society.
So Belgium is comprised of a number of ethnic groups. The 2 biggest are sort of referred to more as cultural groups, and that's the Walloons and the Flemish. And those 2 can interact and intermingle interchangeably so long as they learn each other's languages. There's also 2 large ethnic minorities, 4% Italians, and then there's a large group of Moroccans who are the Muslim population of Belgium. So in order to communicate in Belgium, you only really need to learn a few things that are particularly different from American culture communication and North American culture communication that we might be familiar with. So the first thing you need to know is that you have to be close enough to touch the other person, but not close enough to touch them involuntarily. They do touch more than we do here in North American countries. Eye contact is also very, very important. If you don't do eye contact, you might be considered to not be paying attention or not be interested in the conversation. Additionally, unlike some other countries in Europe, in Belgium, it's encouraged that and appreciated to speak the languages they speak there. So if you attempt to speak French or Dutch or German or what have you, they will be very appreciative of that. They also approve and use humor more than maybe some other formal countries, because Belgium is fairly formal, so they do enjoy humor. Another thing you cannot speak about is the French, sort of the differences between speaking French and Dutch. They don't appreciate that in conversation. Public displays of affection are very common and I would say probably encouraged in Belgium. You will probably see public displays of affection in public. However, public displays of anger are discouraged and just not seen. So in Belgium, they use very quiet voices when speaking and somewhat less intonation than we might be used to here in North American countries. Like I said before, they're also very formal despite their use of humor. So there is a definite emphasis on using bits of manners such as please, I'm sorry, and thank you. You'll hear these things a lot. Yeah, big thank you from Caitlin and Tessa.